Time now for a check of weather. Meteorologist Matt Engelbrecht joining us this weekend. Matt, last weekend we were talking about the hurricane and the potential for more hurricanes this season, keeping an eye on that. But here in Missouri, the biggest concern right now is rain. But it may be too late for many of these crops as the heat has definitely taken a toll.
Yeah, latest root zone map that tells you exactly what you're talking about, Ty, with Missouri staying very dry. And I'm not talking just dry or very dry. We're in that extreme category, portions of Missouri, and then back up here towards the north as well into Minnesota and Wisconsin. In terms of where that rain is going to come down in the extended period into next week. So this is September 14th through the 20th. You see a ridge of high pressure is going to develop back here towards the west. A trough is going to dig, and usually when that trough digs, we get an increase of rain chances, or systems tend to be a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, where that trough digs is going to be on the east coast, so we'll see more rain chances up and down the east coast removed from that tropical system as that trough comes into the south. And that's going to leave locations pretty dry in and across Missouri and the Midwest for an extended period of time, expecting drier than normal conditions in those locations. And here's a look at that jet stream. So we finish out this weekend. The big story, it's going to be two of them. One is going to be that trough digging in the jet stream. The second is going to be the Hurricane Lee, that is in the Atlantic. Now, this is a jet stream on Monday. What you'll see as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday with this map is first this trough, which is right here. Notice how not only shallow it is on Monday, but how far to the east it is going to be. When I hit the button, you'll see it dig. What we want is it to dig back here to the west. That would have brought a lot more rain into Missouri, up into Minnesota and the Dakotas. But since this isn't going to be digging down until we get into the Midwest on Wednesday, I'm not expecting much in the way of rainfall for those locations. It's mainly going to be for the East Coast. So as we go into Wednesday and into Thursday, that trough starts to lift, and this little circle here, that is the Hurricane Lee, showing up in the upper parts of the atmosphere. These two are very intertwined. Where that trough digs is going to be another steering mechanism for this hurricane. It's something that we're going to be watching very closely this entire week, as it is expected to be quite the storm. The temperatures go kind of hand in hand with that digging trough, where we're going to see below, if not below normal temperatures for a good portion of the United States. Where that ridge continues to build is where the heat is going to be located back out here to the northwest. Notice, not expecting a lot of warmth on the East Coast because of the kind of rain and that trough digging down to the south.
Thanks, Matt. Well, what are the crop prospects as things dry down so quickly across the Corn Belt this year? And what about demand? It's our marketing discussion with Scott Brown, Pat Westoff, and Ben Brown from right here at Mizzou next.